Hey, what's going on YouTube? This is Chris Division here. Welcome to my first ever reaction video where I'm gonna be or in this video I'm gonna be reacting to one of Sunny V2's video where he talks about a vegan TikToker who's worse than that vegan teacher. I've before I dive into this, I have asked permission. I did ask for permission in his comments if I could react to his video, and I should be in here somewhere. Alright, let's see. I remember asking for permission to for him for if I could react to his video, and there were some others that did say that he didn't really seem to care, and since other people react, I was seeing other videos of other people reacting to his videos, so I thought might as well give it a try. So this is gonna be like my first ever reaction to the video, to one of his videos. So it's called The Vegan TikToker Who's Worse Than That Vegan Teacher. So let's see what we got. Let's see what we okay.
On the news for calling horses slaves and believes it's okay fighting butchers,
I don't
service
think it's a
workers, and even children at their birthday party.
I'm gonna be honest, I feel absolutely awful about the people that had to put up. I gotta be honest with you, I feel absolutely horrible about the things that she's put these workers through. I mean, they're just trying to do their job and stuff like that. And feel
The government has banned her from living in her hometown, and her first viral video will start.
okay. If your antics are that enough to get you banned from the entire country, then I think you might need to reflect on what you've been doing.
To show you why, the event scene behind her is the Million Paws Walk.
Million. Let's see, a Million Paws Walk. I haven't really heard of that. Heard Million Paws Walk. That actually put walks instead of walk. But that's not the point. Let's see what it's supposed to be. Now I'm not really now to honestly I'm not really I don't really understand Australian culture all too much. I'm hopefully maybe I can learn some stuff from it. Maybe I could learn some maybe I could learn some Australian culture while I'm doing this video. So let's see if it'll load, that is. Okay. Alright. So it's loading slowly, but it's loading. From what I can tell, it seems pretty innocent to me. It seems like a group of dogs. So I think it's like a group of dogs that reunite. Okay, Hmm. So it's the so it's the so apparently it's like the so apparently what I'm reading about this, uh it's the Million Paws Walk is kind of like a fundraising event where dogs would get together so they can fundraise to fight animal cruelty, which actually sounds pretty nice, and that actually sounds really cool.
Where families meet to walk.
If my I would if my dogs were behaving like would behave, sometimes they can be crazy, I would probably take them, but I'm not in Australia.
Their dogs together and help raise funds for animals in need.
So that so that's pretty much tells you everything. So that pretty much tells you everything that you need to know about this. So apparently this apparently this fundraiser helps fight animal cruelty, which actually sounds pretty cool. Which actually sounds awesome. And I definitely think they have a good cause in this. Okay, I'm sorry for the slow loading in my The computer I'm using is pretty slow. It's pretty old. Okay, come on now. Okay. Come on. Come on! Okay. There we go.
Well, Vegan Booty called the event
The most violent thing that you could ever participate in.
protesting
How is that violent? It's literally designed to prevent cruelty to animals. How is that violent in any way?
that every animal should be treated the way that dogs are.
There actually are farms that I think there actually are places where they're pretty much there actually are people that treat people and animals equally and
Why would you love one but pay for the stuff?
Hypocritically, however, Vegan Booty owned a dog herself, which she tied to a leash and used it to pull her while she skated. It's pretty funny how you are protesting, yet you have a dog pulling you. Pretty hypocritical, and the hypocrisy didn't stop there.
okay, so apparently she wants to call it the Millions Paws Walk event, but yes, she has a dog pull her as she's skateboarding. That that's like saying one, that's hypocrisy going.
Because
That is
Vegan
definitely
Booty
hypocrisy
then
going
showed
on.
up at a charity football match, disrupting 35,000 spectators because she thought her cause was way more important. In a satisfying turn of events, she was fined $1,800 for the stunt, yet this wasn't too expensive for the exposure it provided.
Would you do it all again?
Yes, 100%.
However, at around the same time, Isaac Butterfield was
So she gets fined $1,800, but it doesn't sound like that's gonna be stopping her anytime soon.
his own anti-vegan social club, leading Vegan Booty to
Actually has. Hey, how are you?
supermarkets wearing an animal onesie before standing in the milk section dissuading shoppers
This actually pretty disrespectful. There's a
from their purchase. For obvious reasons, staff weren't too happy about this, and even after being ejected, she still yelled outside the store.
I mean, this is pretty much this is pretty much disrespect to the people who are trying. I mean, this is pretty much straight up disrespectful to the people that are actually trying to do their job. And this,
Tash was permanently banned from Australia's two main supermarkets, yet this didn't stop her protests, as Vegan Booty would only get worse. She'd shop at McDonald's in a much more detailed costume, being kicked out not by staff but instead this time police. Hilariously, this guy began his own protest, countering her
he is delicious.
with a legendary
Oh man, that is such a comeback. What a comeback.
sign. In Vegan Booty's next stunt, she walked into KFC and poured orange paint everywhere.
I don't think that was orange paint.
Poured orange paint everywhere.
Okay, I don't know.
While blasting not gonna lie, but you're incredibly selfish to the people that work at that place. All they're trying to do is do their job. I feel so sorry for the workers.
I feel the exact same way. I mean, people are just in there just trying to do their job and work. I mean, you probably make them work more hours trying to clean up the mess that this person had already made, and which is really, really disrespectful.
While even other vegans called Vegan Booty out.
She is giving veganism a bad name.
People wrote about Tasha's public stunts. Instead of promoting vegans, you kind of just embarrass them. And
That's kind of the route that she is taking through. That's kind of the route that she's taking through. That's kind of the route that she's been taking throughout her career on TikTok. So.
nothing showed this better than her children's party meltdown. These two horses were clearly very well looked after.
Those horses, I absolutely agree that they are obviously very well taken care of. I would, if I could, I would definitely let my I would definitely let my children in the future, if I do have any, take pictures with those horses because I mean, come on, just look. I mean, come on, why not?
And were waiting outside a family festival so kids could take a picture. Well, of course, vegan booty somehow thought it was a bit.
I don't see how this is abuse in any way. I mean, I don't see them abusing the animals in any sort of way, which is I don't know what I don't know what this person's mindset really is on when
Use.
I just want to know if it was animal abuse.
She tried and failed to make any decent points.
If you were in her position, would you be happy?
I definitely would. I mean, come on, just look at them. How they're obviously very well looked after, and I truly appreciate the horse owners for the owners of those horses for looking after them so well. So,
Although vegan booty wasn't finished there, she'd then go into the festival to find the horses again, disrupting all photos by making a public announcement.
The innocent beings are no different to other lovers, dogs, and cats.
oh,
They look like they're under so much stress.
I mean, if you're that, e- I mean, if you're that much of a nuisance to just to bother children while they're taking a picture, I think you clearly need to step away from TikTok and do something else.
This awesome dad then quickly stopped their antic.
Because clearly what you're doing isn't enough. There's clearly a difference between protesting and harassment. I mean, what this person is doing is straight up harassing these horse owners, and there's definitely gonna be more cases of harassment coming pretty soon.
And thankfully, police were there to intervene. After posting her video to TikTok, Tash again made national news, in which they'd interview the horse's owner.
Meg Freeman owns the pony business. She says she's being bombarded with abuse by vegan protesters. Meg Freeman wants her charged.
They're like terrorists. They're not going to go.
And I feel absolutely sorry for this I feel absolutely sorry for this person that has to go through this, even though she's clearly done nothing wrong.
Away.
Well, only 1 week later, Vegan Booty announced, I'll be going to court on the 13th of May. Like me, a triggered
Protester, and I.
teacher seemed like an angel.
Okay, you got ads.
At least the vegan teacher didn't have her
It's this cruel John.
Knocking at my door. So I've been issued with another barring notice.
controversial vegan activist is banned from every pub in her state after becoming notorious for wild stunts where she screams at innocent families.
Anything that sells alcohol, I'm not allowed into. A penalty of $10,000 applies if I break this barring notice.
The ban had come after another disgusting protest.
Missing man is 30,000 shots every hour!
That's straight up harass. I think it's straight up. I mean, there's clearly a difference between protesting. Like I said before, there's clearly a difference between protesting and harassing these people. All they're trying to do is just enjoy their meals, and you're basically just trying to and you're basically just preventing business going on.
Nothing wrong.
I don't really have a right to freedom of speech here in Australia.
Oh my, where do I even start? So clearly, you use your freedom of speech, and I'm not gonna lie, everyone does have a right to freedom of speech. But what she is doing is straight up screaming at these people because they're literally doing nothing. They haven't even done anything wrong to you.
It's honestly pretty corrupt, if you ask me.
Her freedom of speech is just going to a red speech and screaming. Your freedom of
I
speech,
definitely
our
agree.
freedom to eat meat. Goodbye. She'd therefore leave Perth and spend a month protesting it.
Australian police have banned me from entering into my own city.
I mean, that's just straight up crazy. I mean, if your wild antics are that crazy enough to get you banned from your own hometown, I think it's time you need to reflect on what you've been doing this whole time. I think you probably need to reflect on what you've been doing. I think you've been going about this clearly wrong. Just a little wrong.
It's made in public, and after eventually having the rejection overturned, you will not believe how awful she became. She'd go back to harassing the innocent pony business before trying to ruin the life of a hard-working chef. John.
Okay. And the reason why I'm skipping over his name is that I want to give him his privacy. I want to give him his privacy. So I won't have his name put in the video.
About the lack of vegan options on the menu and was charged $32 for vegetables.
Yep.
Well, rather than bending the knee, John instead stated it is not a vegan restaurant, and if customers want vegan options, they should go elsewhere, announcing on their Facebook page, sadly all vegans are now banned from fire for mental health reasons. We thank you for your understanding.
All vegans are banned. End of. No more. Never again. God help them.
Everybody loved the chef's bold move. Well, except
I bet it was probably the person. I bet that was probably the person complaining about the lack of vegan option that we're talking about today.
Vegan booty. Even after being ejected, having disrupted his business multiple times, the chef understandably lost it.
I mean, this is straight up harassment of this person they're clearly trying to do their jobs, like the KFC incident.
Yet still took responsibility for the damage Tash had done.
And I'm sorry to say, Layla, I lost my cool, and I lost my cool because now it's really disrupting my business. And I could see the look on my customers' faces. My staff, they were all a little scared and a bit nervous. And
I mean, this is one really responsible person. I mean, taking responsibility for something that he had absolutely no control over. I mean, it's clearly not his fault at all for what he's been. It's clearly not his fault.
I stormed out.
Sadly for Vegan Booty,
For what
however,
he's.
her activism exploded the restaurant's
I mean, let's put this into perspective. I mean, if you're working in a restaurant and you have people doing the stuff that this person is doing, I mean, what would you do in this situation?
popularity.
So far as my business is concerned, I've trebled my income. I'm with this woman, and she just couldn't handle the
I
amount
feel
of
so
attention.
sorry for
She's
this
a very
man that had
private
to
person.
Yet this wasn't the
go
only
through the stuff that
marriage
he's
Tash
had been through.
Her next target was, get this, the Bicton Veterinary Clinic, a business literally designed to help unwell animals.
Come on, what does this person have to? I mean, how many people is this fucker going to harass before she realizes that what she is doing clearly is not working?
And Vegan Booty lost it over budgies out the front.
You're the pushing your agenda.
Actually facing consequences. Defamation action against Miss Tash Peterson, 17,700 raised. The vet was announcing, we are launching a civil action in the Supreme Court of Western Australia, which has conveniently been running over the last 2 months. The trial has
If she's fined that amount of money,
penalty after penalty is finally
Animal abuse.
yummy.
Vegan Booty will likely never change, but maybe she's reached a decent.
So I'm gonna end the video off here. So I just want to give Sunny V2 I want to give Sunny V2 the credit for putting this video out and making people aware of what's been going on in this. So anyway, this is my first ever reaction video. So if you like what you see, make sure you subscribe and leave a like and make sure to ring the bell and the notifications so you can be notified when my video comes out. And I'll see you next time. Bye bye.